Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It's time for Mrs. Ballou Reads, and we are continuing to read Stink and the World's Worst Super Stinky Sneakers. And it's by Megan McDonald, and the pictures are by Peter H. Reynolds, and it's published by Candlewick Press. And we are on Toilet Water, Chapter 4. Stink printed a page from his favorite website called The Science of Stink and ran to show his family. Hey, guys, said Stink. What's taller than a man, smells worse than roadkill, and looks like the color of blood? An elephant painting a picture? Asked Judy. No way, said Stink. Is it the abominable smell man? Asked Judy. Frankenstein Valentine? Can somebody else guess, please? Asked Stink. I'm still thinking, said Mom. Let's see, said Dad. How about Santa Claus driving a garbage truck? No, said Stink. I'll give you a hint. It's something Mom likes a real lot. Are you sure? Mom asked. I can't imagine liking anything that smells like roadkill. Give up. It's a corpse flower, cried Stink. World's smelliest flower. It says so right here. Stink showed his family the full color photo of Trudy the Titan. Rare, said Judy. It says it only blooms a few times in its life, and it stinks worse than rotten eggs for about 3 days. Worse than rotten fish and rotting pumpkins, too, said Mom. Phew! Insects like it, though, said Dad, reading over Stink's shoulder. They can have it, said Mom. And look here, Stink said, pointing to the bottom of the page. It says scientists come from all over the country to take samples of Trudy's perfume and bottle some up. Mom, you were right. That's something I could do with my nose. Make stinky perfume? Asked Judy. I meant to be a scientist, said Stink. You know, I'd get to sniff out rare, smelly flowers and study them and stuff. Bluck, says Judy. It says here, in the first 10 hours, the corpse flower smells as bad as an outhouse or dead elephants. Do you really want to smell dead elephants for a living, Stink? Well, stinky perfume's a good idea, too, said Stink. In my day, we called it toilet water, said Mom. I'm serious, Mom, said Stink. I'm not kidding, said Mom. You can buy it at the store. It's just like perfume, only watered down a bit, and they call it eau de toilette. Is that French for odor of toilet? Asked Stink, cracking up. Something like that, Mom said. But who'd wear stinker perfume on purpose? Asked Judy. Some people who pay a lot of money for toilet water, said Stink. Dad couldn't help snickering at that one. A person could wear stinker perfume to scare off vampires, said Stink. Or better yet, big sisters. Judy cooties. Hardy har har, said Judy. All I need now are a few dead elephants, said Stink. Stink's stinky facts. What's the big stink? It smells like roadkill and looks like rotting meat. It has some of the same chemicals as a dead body. It only blooms for about 3 days. It's the world's largest, stinkiest flower, the corpse flower. Ugh. Next, chapter 5. Oh, no, corpse flower. On Saturday morning, Stink could not wait to start his new career. He set up his lab in the kitchen sink. He laid out tweezers and eyedroppers on a towel. He lined up 10 empty little space jars on the counter. He collected a whole jar of real toilet water from the toilet. Perfect. The doorbell rang. Hi, Sophie of the Elves, Judy said. Come on in. Dr. Frankenstink is in his lab. Stink, your friend with the funny name is here. Stink came out of the kitchen wearing Mom's apron and green rubber scrub gloves. Hi, Sophie, said Stink. Stink's making stinky perfume, Judy explained, drawing circles in the air for a cuckoo sign. Want to help? Stink asked. Sure, said Sophie. I like making magic potions and stuff. Magic potions? Said Judy. You mean love potions? Let's go, said Stink. Maybe we can make some potions that turn big sisters into warthogs. Back in the Frankenstink lab, Stink got out Mom's measuring cups and spoons. There he is. Sophie stirred together spices and food coloring. Are you entering the smelly sinker contest next Saturday? She asked Stink. Definitely, said Stink. Me too, Sophie said. Stink looked down at Sophie's sneakers. They were bad, all right. Her toe poked out of one, the laces were almost black, and the tongues hung sideways, worse than a slobbery dog. They smell like a swamp, said Stink, even though he knew his stinkers could beat hers any day. And these aren't even my worst pair, Sophie grinned. Uh-oh, thought Stink. Well, I sure hope one of us wins, Sophie said. Yeah, and I hope the one of us is me, Stink joked. Here, add some toilet water, Stink said, pouring the water from the toilet into the blender. They added green pickle juice. They added PU garlic. They added slimy dead flower water. Disgusting, said Sophie, staring at the oogie green murk in the blender. What else stinks around here? Asked Stink. Besides you, said Judy, walking past the kitchen. Hardy har har, said Stink. This potion smells bad, but it's not even close to corpse flower, said Stink. He ran upstairs and came back in a flash, holding up a small amber glass vial. Toad food! Tofu? Asked Sophie. Tofu doesn't smell. No, toad food. Actually, it's dead shrimp eggs from my science kit. Even Toady won't eat it. Stink shook the bottle till it was empty, then pushed the buttons on the blender. Mix, whip, puree, liquefy. Stink and Sophie watched the twisting tornado of green gunk whip itself into a frothy frenzy. Off. Perfect, said Stink, peering into the foaming blender. In no time, they had 10 whole bottles of putrid perfumes lined up and down the counter. Let's label them and give them names, said Stink. How about Eau de corpse flower? It's French. Essence of toad, said Sophie. Venus de Stinko, said Stink. Here's all their bottles and all the things they named them. Vampire vapors, aroma de sewer, simply skunk, PU perfume, eau de corpse flower, essence of toad, Venus de Stinko, toad de cologne, blah, cabbage heaven. Just then, Mouse crept into the kitchen. She took one whiff, let out a yowl, and bolted outside through the cat door. Stink handed Sophie an eyedropper. Help me feel this little vial, said Stink. Sophie squeezed the last drops from the blender into the teeny tiny bottle, then screwed the cap back on. She helped Stink tie a piece of string around it, looping it over his neck. What are you going to do with this stinky perfume? Asked Sophie of the elves. Keep away vampires? Keep away sisters, said Stink. There's his vial that he hangs up. Stink's stinky facts. Want to smell like the circus? Try a perfume called Zing. Soon you'll be wearing the zing of peanuts, sawdust, and elephants. If you want to smell like a tree, there's a perfume for that too. Or candy. Or believe it or not, dirt. Ew. Chapter 6. Unidentified flying odor. You, said Judy, coming into Stink's room. Did you take a bath in that stinky perfume or something? Or something, said Stink. Then I hate to tell you, but you have a UFO in your room. Do not, said Stink. Not the alien kind of UFO, said Judy. An unidentified flying odor. I can smell it from my room. Stink kicked his sneakers under the bed. Stink, it's those sneakers. You're stinking up the whole house with those yucks. You have to get them out of here. Stink tossed his sneakers into the hallway. That's even closer, said Judy. I can already smell them up on my top bunk. Even Mouse is about to pass out from the fumes. Stink went back to his desk and scribbled on a piece of paper. He came out into the hallway and tacked up a sign over his sneakers. Beware, Hall of Fumes. Ha ha, very funny. Like that really helped, said Judy, pinching her nose close and talking in a funny voice. Then just shut your door, said Stink. Like this. He slammed the door on purpose. Stink heard Judy stomp into the bathroom. Stink heard Judy slam the medicine cabinet door. Stink heard Judy rollo around in the hall. Stink could not concentrate on drawing comics, could not read the T for Toads encyclopedia. He could not hear himself think with all that stomping and slamming and rattling. Stink opened his door. A cloud of white dust attacked him. He coughed and waved his hand in front of his face. Stink could hardly see his sister. Judy had powder in her hair and on her face and all the way down to her shoes. She looked like a human marshmallow. She looked like the abominable snow girl. She looked like a cumulonimbus cloud. What's with all the powder? Stink asked, still coughing. Then the cloud cleared. The dust settled, and Stink saw it. Oh no, screamed Stink. My sneakers, my beautiful, super smelly sneakers. It's okay, said Judy. The powder will help. It'll soak up the smell and they won't stink so bad. No, you don't get it, said Stink. I was stinking them up on purpose so that I could enter them in the all-time world's worst super stinky sneaker contest. How could you not know that? How could you forget? Oops, said Judy. Stink did not know what to do. Now his perfectly smelly sneakers were not perfect at all. They were perfect for winning an air freshener contest. They were not perfect for winning a not stinky perfume contest. No way were they going to beat Sophie now. Go get Mom, said Stink. It's an emergency, a super stinky sneaker emergency. Trust me, Stink. All the powder in the world could not make those puppies smell good again. They smell even worse now, if you ask me. Kind of sweet, but kind of sour. Sweet and sour sneakers. I mean, they still make me gag and almost want to barf. Almost is not good enough to win, said Stink. They have to have at least a double gag factor, a triple quadruple barf factor. Why don't we just smell them up more, asked Judy. Operation Smelly Sneakers. We could pour vinegar on them or pickle juice. We could throw them in the garbage for a while. Wait, I know. I've got it. Judy snapped her fingers. We could use a bottle of your stinky perfume. That would be cheating, said Stink. The rules say you have to stink them up by wearing them. Pickle juice is illegal. Garbage doesn't count. And stinky perfume is definitely against the rules. Do the rules say what to do if your big sister goofs up? The rules say you better run, said Stink. He chased his sister down the hall and into the bathroom and out of the bathroom and down the stairs and into the kitchen and around the table, holding out his vial of anti-sister stinky perfume all the while. Stink's stinky facts. Walking spaghetti? Powder may help stinky sneakers, but if you get sprayed by a skunk, most people will tell you to take a bath in tomato juice. Does it work? Not really, but your nose will get tired of smelling skunk and start smelling tomato, so at least you think it works. And next week, we'll start with Chapter 7, Professor Smells a Lot. What do you think? Do you think Stink will get his sneakers smelling bad enough to win the contest? We'll be able to fix Judy's mistake? Stay tuned for more of Stink and the world's worst super stinky sneakers. Bye.